was planning on filming a completely different video today than what I am doing now. But I decided to do this instead, and I don't know what I'm gonna even call it yet. So last year, or the start of 2021, I uploaded a video talking about all the books that I wanted to read this year. I want to rewatch that video, see what I said about these books, and see if I read them, and if I have, then we're going to discuss those books today. So I hope you enjoy, okay? It's going to be interesting because I'm going to rewatch this video of mine with you. So let's do this thing. All right, we ready? We're going to watch me a year ago.
Or if you're new here, welcome in fact in general, you know what I'm saying? Today I'm talking about overhyped books that I want to read in 2021. I don't want to talk about it, hun. I don't want to talk about the hair. It's doing its own fucking thing today, okay?
Absolutely.
It's really humid. Woke up this morning, it was pissing down with rain. We're in the middle of summer and this is what's happening. The hair straightener isn't doing my hair justice. It's just making it fucking frizzy. So I've got my list here on my laptop. I've written down a lot. These are books that so many people talk about. People hype these books up so fucking much, and I've made it my mission, my fucking mission this year, to read them all and see what the fuck everyone's talking about. Alright, so the first book series I want to tackle this year is the Sinner of Saints series by 𝐿.j. So this book series has 4 books, I believe.
Alright, I'm stopping it there because I did not read anything. Actually, no, that's a lie. The only thing I tried to read was The Villain, and I DNF'd it. And I do own some 𝐿.j. books that I didn't personally purchase myself. They were gifted to me. But I am not going to talk about 𝐿.j.'s books on my channel. Next, before we press play again, look at my hair. My hair was so long. I knew I was going to damage my hair and go through a whole process going blonde. It doesn't even look very blonde today because it needs to get done again. But I miss my long brown hair. I will grow my hair out and go back like brunette eventually. I just want to have a little bit of a blonde moment, especially through the summer.
I don't know if you guys remember, but I started reading the Off-Campus series by 𝐿.ch. a few months ago. I read The Deal and The Mistake. I ended up not liking The Mistake, and it made me stop reading the series. That is a series that I definitely want to finish completing this year, and once I do, I am going to do a full video just on that series to talk about my opinion and my review on the series.
That's interesting because I never ended up filming that video, but I did end up finishing the Off-Campus series, and I only like The Deal. And the rest of them I didn't really like. And if you are planning on reading the Off-Campus series, then I would suggest reading The Deal, and that's it. I just feel like that's one of the most overhyped series I've ever read in my fucking life. I totally understand that years ago when people read that, it was like top tier romance. I feel like the romance genre has changed and evolved and developed into something completely different now, where a few years ago that was like the staple. There's so many different tropes now and styles, and I feel like that's a very generic plot and storyline, and I'm not really into sports romance either, so I know a lot of people love that series, but it wasn't my favorite. Okay, I also bring up 𝐉𝐻 in this video, and I haven't even read that yet. I own them. Because I didn't enjoy Off-Campus as much, I thought like, shit, I don't reckon I'll like 𝐉𝐻 on the level that everyone else does, but I do own them because I think they're pretty. I just want to say too, like, my voice sounds so different, and it's just interesting watching this because the more you're online, the more you get comfortable with being online. And even though I was comfortable online a year ago to now, I feel like I'm a different person, to be honest. Obviously the confidence I have online has grown since then. So like seeing this and hearing my voice, because I can tell. I don't know if you guys will be able to tell, but I can tell my voice is slightly different because I'm like still putting on a voice. You put on a voice when you film, you do. And the more that you film, the more that you lose that like kind of voice that you put on.
Bunch of books already written down in my phone that I want to read. But one of the series that I want to read that's a male series is from 𝐿.ch. as well, but it's co-written with Serena Bowen. These are really really popular. So this is him and the second book, Us.
I haven't even read them. Oh my god. So many of these books that I was planning on reading this year, I haven't even read. What? I do need to read that, and I want to read that because it's like a really well-known and popular male-male romance. But I just haven't got around to it. I haven't been in the mood because with me, I'm a mood reader. I have to be in the mood for certain books, and I also don't go into books based off their tropes. You know what I mean? Like some people will be like, oh, I'm in the mood for like a stepbrother billionaire romance. And I'm just not like that. I just kind of just skim books and then pick one and just hope that it fits my mood, and if it doesn't, then I DNF it.
Another kind of duet that I want to read this year is from Kate Stewart, and it's the Ravenhood duet. Now, so many people have told me this is insanely good. I've actually started reading it a few weeks ago and got 15% in, but just wasn't clicking with it. And because it is, you know, very hyped up, I want to give it a second chance.
I did give the Ravenhood duet a second chance. I still don't know. I'm still undecided. I haven't read the third book, but it didn't grab me the way that it grabbed other people. Like I saw people full on bawling their eyes out like their heart had been broken online after reading this, and I didn't cry. I didn't even feel what happened in that book very deeply. And I think because people had hyped it up so much, I had these expectations for it, and yeah, the book just didn't reach the expectations that I had in my mind for this book because of all the reviews. As I said, I didn't finish the series because there is a third book, and I don't know if I ever will. I also found that series very, very slow, and I was so confused like the entire time. Now, I read Amo Jones, and if you read Amo Jones, you get it. You're confused pretty much the entire time until you hit like the plot twist and the ending wraps up. So being confused during a read doesn't bother me, but I felt like this book was just like really confusing. Like I didn't get it. I didn't get what it was. I didn't get what was going on half the time.
I also really, really want to read Flow, I think it's called, by Kennedy Ryan. I think this is a series of 3 books as well. So many people have spoken about this to me and recommended it to me. I'm pretty sure it's about like a musician maybe. I'm not too sure, to be honest. I don't know much about it.
That's great that I actually ticked that off. I recently read the Grip trilogy. I posted a whole video on it. I'll link it at the end of the video if you haven't watched it and you want to watch it. The Grip trilogy is amazing. One of my favorite series I've ever read. Honestly, one of my top reads of this year. I fucking love the Grip trilogy, and I've been in a little bit of a slump ever since. I've read 2 books since I finished those 3 last week, and I haven't really read much since. And even though I read 2 books that I really enjoyed after the Grip trilogy, they're still on my mind. Like Bristol and Grip are still on my mind. You know that that's a fucking good book. If you finish a series, you read more books, and then after you read these new books, you're thinking about the series that you read prior to the new books. Yeah, that's a good fucking romance.
The last kind of series I want to get into this year, whether or not I get into this, I don't know, because there's a lot of fucking books. I believe this series has like 10 books maybe. This is the Addicted series by Krista and Becca Ritchie, I'm pretty sure. A million people have said that this is amazing. So many people have said this is such a good series. There's a lot of books to it, but it's really worth it apparently. Whether I'll commit to the whole series, because that's a lot of fucking books, and like, do I have time for that? You know what I mean?
It's so funny. I did start reading the Addicted series. I read Addicted to You, and I started Ricochet, and I haven't finished it, but I'm planning on finishing it because this is the thing with that series. I'm more interested in the other characters than Lo and Lily. And from what I know, Lo and Lily, they really drag out their relationship in that series, and I'm more interested in everyone else. I get why it's popular, and I do want to finish it. After I read something this week, I want to actually pick it up again and see if I could finish it off. because I want to love it. It has the potential. There's so many things in that book series that I like in all my books, but there's just something about Lillian Lowe that I can't connect with, and I don't know what it is, but I do plan on finishing it. I wanted to finish it this year. I started it, but I didn't finish it, but I definitely want to finish it in 2022. I also want to read A Court of Thorns and Roses. I really want to read that series. I will end up filming a like what I'm planning on reading this year video in the new year when January comes. But for now, that's that. This was a really short, small video today. I know, not very exciting, but you know, it's Christmas next week. The year's wrapping up. There's a couple of more videos I want to film before the end of the year, and there's a few videos I want to upload to my book club as well. Whether or not I'll be able to get them up, I don't know, because I am planning to be a little bit more chill around Christmas, you know, because everyone's going to be, you know, hanging with their family and enjoying the holidays. So yeah, so that's it for today's video. Just wanted to film this because I thought it was a little bit interesting to just look back and see what my like TBR looks like at the start of the year, and I just wanted to see how much of it I actually read, and not much. I didn't read many of them, honestly. I really didn't. That's interesting. I feel like my taste of reading has changed so much. Like, I still love the steamy, smutty books that I was recommending in 2020, but I'm looking for more, you know what I mean? So I feel like in 2022, I'll definitely dive into fantasy. I have read, as of recently, more like women's fiction as well, because even though I love romance, and that's always going to be like the main genre that I cover on my channel, sometimes I just need a little bit more, and sometimes I'm looking for a little bit more. So I've definitely been exploring different subgenres and genres in general outside of the romance genre. So we'll see how next year goes with reading. Hopefully you guys still enjoy my content. As I said, romance will never go away. Like, it'll always be my number one. But yeah, wow, I can't believe like it's already pretty much Christmas. Like, what? Christmas is next weekend. Like, not this weekend coming, next weekend. What the frickin' frick, you know what I mean? What the frickin' frick? Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. If you did, thumbs up, helps me out so much. Hope you have a good day. Thanks for watching, means the world to me, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.